Saudi Arabia last time, so it's nothing I'm not used to. But yeah, I'm excited to get back out there, and it's going to be an amazing event. You know, first time in South Africa, Cape Town. So yeah, I'm excited just to get back in.
You missed these insane Dakota Ditcheva fights. From the bright lights of Thailand to the roaring arenas of Europe and America, Dakota Ditcheva has left a trail of devastation behind her. You missed these insane Dakota Ditcheva fights, and now it's time to relive the violent brilliance, blow by brutal blow.
It is Thursday right now, so I've only got today, tomorrow and Saturday morning of training.
Her story is not just about wins. It's about domination, growth, survival, and the terrifying beauty of a fighter who turns every bout into a highlight reel. Dakota's rise wasn't handed to her. One of her earliest and most dangerous tests came against Georgina van der Indon, a combat sports veteran with a staggering 77 professional fights under her belt. Georgina wasn't just experienced, she was battle-hardened. The kind of opponent who didn't flinch under pressure. The bell rang, and Dakota stormed forward, fists blazing. She attacked the center line with ruthless focus, throwing sharp combinations and heavy punches that echoed through the venue. It was clear she wanted to make a statement early, but Georgina didn't fold. She stayed composed, slowed the pace, and wrapped Dakota in tight clinches every chance she got. Her hands worked subtly inside sneaky shots, off-balancing movements and veteran tactics. In round 2, Georgina flipped the script. She walked Dakota down, refusing to let her breathe. Her volume increased, forcing the younger fighter onto the defensive. Dakota, for the first time, was reacting instead of leading. Round 3 was electric. The momentum swung back and forth like a pendulum. Dakota's fists found Georgina's jaw, but Georgina returned fire with knees and elbows. The crowd couldn't sit still. This was a war. Round 4 saw Dakota reclaim control. She adapted, using long-range kicks to keep distance and clinch breaks to strike at angles. Her footwork confused Georgina just enough to land cleanly. By the 5th round, exhaustion had set in, but Dakota dug deep. She continued to land sharp low kicks and stepped in with precision counters. After 5 rounds of pure violence, the judges lifted Dakota's hand. She had passed one of her first true trials. In 2015, Dakota flew to Thailand to make her Muay Thai debut. Her opponent was Hongfar Jalan, a local fighter with guts and grit, but not enough to survive what came next. From the opening seconds, Dakota was a storm. She closed distance with front kicks that snapped against ribs like whips. Her boxing combinations stunned the Thai crowd, known for their high standards. Then came the turning point. Dakota trapped Hong Fa against the ropes. With almost no space left to retreat, Dakota unleashed a knee straight into her opponent's midsection. The sound was sickening. Hong Fa crumpled instantly, clutching her stomach, gasping for air. The referee stepped in, and the fight was over. 1 round, 1 statement. In 2017, Dakota faced Kat Patton, a fighter who tried to absorb damage and survive long enough to counter. But Dakota's precision was merciless. As the fight began, Dakota used her reach advantage to full effect. Her long legs flicked out crisp push kicks that pushed Kat off balance. But it wasn't just the kicks, it was the combinations behind them. Left hooks, right straights, and body kicks came in waves. Patton clung to Dakota like a shipwreck survivor clings to driftwood. She tried to tie her up, stall the momentum, hold out for a mistake. But Dakota wasn't rushing. She bided her time, created space, and then slammed a liver kick into Patton's side. The first one buckled her knees. She stood, barely. The second dropped her completely. Her face twisted in pain. She turned away. The ref waved it off. Emma Bragg never had a chance. From the opening bell, Dakota overwhelmed her with knees, punches, and a relentless forward pace. Bragg was caught clean early, and a knee drove into her core and folded her in half. She beat the count, but barely. Dakota smelled blood. Another barrage landed, and another standing count was given. The bell saved Emma from a stoppage in round 1. She stumbled back to her corner, winded and wide-eyed. Round 2 opened, and Dakota wasted no time. She shut the distance, cornered Emma, and poured on the pressure. Emma turned her back, clutching her stomach in agony. The referee stepped in. Another brutal finish for Dakota. Not every fight ends quickly. Against Amy Perry, Dakota had to fight tooth and nail. Amy came to win. As usual, Dakota took center first, firing push kicks and tight combos. But Amy didn't fold. She returned fire with accurate knees and clever sweeps. Round 2 saw more of the same. Dakota advanced. Amy countered. The pace was frantic. Dakota landed kicks. Amy answered with slick elbows. The exchanges were technical, violent, and beautifully brutal. By round 3, Dakota slowed. Her energy dipped, but her accuracy improved. She began to pick her shots, landing perfectly timed strikes that scored cleanly. Round 4 was a firefight. Both women stood their ground, trading until the final bell. In the 5th, Dakota surged forward with renewed focus. Her shots were heavier, her defense sharper. After 5 grueling rounds, her hand was raised. No knockouts, but pure will and skill on display. By 2019, Dakota was no longer just a promising talent. She was feared. And in her bout with Tissiana Olmo, she showed why. Right from the bell, Dakota attacked. Her front kicks landed with a snap. Her punches were sharp, fast, and deadly accurate. Tissiana dropped to a knee early. Dakota didn't let up. She moved in again, forcing another knockdown with a flurry of punches. With 2 minutes left in round 1, Dakota went full power. Every shot was thrown with intent. A 3rd knockdown came. Then, incredibly, a 4th. Tissiana barely survived each count, but eventually the fight was called. 4 knockdowns. One unforgettable round. After years of Muay Thai success, Dakota crossed into MMA in 2021. Her debut was at Cage Steel 25 against Jenny Line. From the start, Dakota looked like a seasoned pro. She switched stances, stayed light on her feet, and fired kicks with Muay Thai fury. The Line struggled to keep up. Then came the clinch. Dakota launched elbows that sliced through Jenny's guard. A few knees landed, and Jenny dropped to the mat. Instead of finishing her there, Dakota let her rise. She wanted a striking finish. She circled, set her feet, and unleashed a spinning elbow followed by a knee to the face. Jenny collapsed. It was a violent, surgical debut. Dakota had arrived in MMA. In her second MMA bout, Dakota faced Levi Steman, a wrestler from Manchester known for her submissions and strength. The opening was wild. Dakota missed with a punch, but her knee to Levi's stomach landed clean. She began stuffing takedown attempts and hammering knees to the body. Round 2 brought danger. Levi lifted Dakota and slammed her hard to the canvas. She worked for control, trying to wear Dakota down. But Dakota stayed calm. She got back to her feet and landed a thunderous right hand that rocked Levi. Round 3 was pure chaos. They agreed to strike, and they did. Dakota landed another powerful shot that dropped Levi. She jumped on a choke, but Levi was saved by the final bell. Another win for Dakota. Another step forward. As an amateur, Dakota fought for the UKFC flyweight belt against Shauna Bannon, a future UFC talent. The first round was evenly matched. Both women traded heavy kicks and punches. Neither backed down. But in round 2, Dakota found her rhythm. She targeted Shauna's lead leg and hammered it repeatedly. The effect was immediate. Shauna's movement slowed, and she looked for the clinch. Dakota answered with punishing knees and elbows in tight spaces. She turned the tide and owned the final moments. When the bell rang, Dakota stood tall, a future pro, ready for more. In 2024, Dakota joined the American PFL season. Her first fight was against Lisa Malden, and it was a return to violence. From the opening bell, Dakota controlled everything. She smiled as she landed her first judo throw, taking Malden to the canvas with ease. 4 minutes in, Dakota ripped a vicious body shot combo. Then came a knee that folded Malden like paper. The ref nearly jumped in, but Lisa stood again. Dakota didn't hesitate. Another body kick. Then more knees. Then punches from the top. The ref finally waved it off. First round finish. 6 points in the tournament. Dakota Ditcheva once again had made a statement. These insane Dakota Ditcheva fights are proof of one thing. She's not just a fighter, she's a force. Every round she fights is another chapter in a story written in pain, power, and precision. Whether in Muay Thai rings in Thailand or under the bright lights of the PFL, Dakota brings violence with purpose. And the scariest part? She's just getting started.